Hi.
Hi, I'm Kelly from the Royal Bee Yarn Company.
And I'm Tony from the Royal Bee Yarn Company as well. We're back.
We're back. And
been a while.
Tony is also a teacher here in Pacifica if you haven't watched an episode before and don't know who we are. And we have
We're married.
We're married, yeah. Yeah. And we have a little shop here in Pacifica, California. We previously were locked down due to COVID-19. We were doing like doorstep delivery and curbside, and we're still doing doorstep delivery and curbside. But now we're allowed to have our shop open. So we have like all the social distancing measures in place, and we have hand sanitizer, kind of like, actually, oh no, I don't have it behind me. We have hand sanitizer in little blue bottles.
I can see 1, 2.
Yeah. We did isopropyl alcohol, so you can like
bottles.
have a squirt and then
Squirt and a squish.
a squirt and a squish because it evaporates really quickly.
And we got social distancing stickers and a screen at the Did you?
Yeah.
I was
not the screen.
I was not paying attention.
It's okay.
So, we're trying to be very up and happy and smiley
Yes.
when the pandemic is still going on.
Still going on. Yeah.
The whole reason we started these shows really was to just
Yeah, we started it because we were like, let's do something fun and uplifting and try to bring a little joy and silliness. And
that's what we want to do. Bring a little joy to your lives.
Yeah. And we, in order for us to be able to do this and continue to do it and have fun, we busk it. Yeah. We don't really practice at all.
And we're a little blue because they're fixing up the shop at the front, and there's blue polythene on the windows. Yeah. It's got this kind of blue light. It's kind of cool blue. This is our blue show.
Yeah, Blue Man Crew. And
in Britain, that means something completely different.
It does?
Blue show, blue. If it's blue.
Oh yeah,
I'm just rude.
No. And we took. Well, basically, we haven't done a bunch of shows, and we haven't done a bunch of shows in several weeks. And the reason why we haven't done a bunch of shows in several weeks is because we were putting our energy toward amplifying Black voices within the crafting community, kind of muting ourselves, and trying to be as involved as we possibly could be in terms of advancing human rights for everybody, and we're continuing to do that. Yeah. So that hasn't stopped. It's never going to stop, and we will continue to advocate Black Lives Matter and support our BIPOC and our LGBTQIA community. That's not new for us, and it is going to continue always. But we really wanted to silence ourselves a little bit. Yeah. So, but we're not silencing anymore. And part of the reason why we're not silencing anymore is because a lot of you probably know that I carry Lady Di's yarn in my shop. And I met Lady Di. She was sharing a booth with Nerdbird Makery. And
at Stitches West.
No, it was Vogue, San Francisco.
Oh yeah. Why wasn't I there?
Well, you were there, but you were sick. You got really sick. Do you remember?
My goodness,
that was several years ago. It was 2017.
That was 2018.
17. Yeah, 17 or 18, I don't know. Anyway, it was several years ago anyway.
It was 2018.
And we struck up a friendship.
I got so sick.
You did get sick. We just struck up a friendship, and we're chit-chatting and stuff, and I did like a what do they call it again?
Meet and greet?
No. It was I basically bought all the yarn that Diane had left so that she didn't have to ship it back, and then of course I saved on the shipping costs since I was local. So it worked out beautifully for both of us. And then I represented her yarn a couple of times at events that she wasn't attending. So we know each other, and I'm so, she's an amazing person. She's so incredibly well educated, extremely well spoken, and we certainly agree on most things. So I really wanted to get behind her for this Empower People bandana movement that she's one of 4 of the founding members, and there are a bunch of other contributors. Herself, Casapinka, and yeah, I'll show it. So it's basically a call to action. Here's a picture of.
I got longer arms.
Okay, I'll give that to you then. It's a call to action to knitters, crocheters, and sewers too, to basically create this bandana. And there's Casapinka is featured there, and that is the knit bandana. And then I have Busy Peach, who created a crochet pattern as well. You want to show that?
This is my job for the day.
This is your job for the day, yeah. And it's about speaking up against injustice, wearing it proudly, people asking you, hey, why have you got a purple bandana on? And you're supposed to speak out against injustice, start conversations, maybe with your knit group, maybe with some of your family members that have different political points of view, and also when you're attending gatherings, or if you are marching at any of the protests, and of course when you go to vote. And the whole idea behind this is to actually get people out and get people voting for change, because we need to legislate for change. And I think we can kind of all agree on that. Now, I'm not doing a great job at explaining everything. Go to the website. It's www.empowerpeople2020.com.
It's going to go on the bottom screen.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah, perfect. And then I think you can put like a little link in at the bottom.
Yeah.
And it's and they'll explain everything to you. The patterns are free on Ravelry, so you can go and download your pattern for free. Please do. And then one of the things that, through craftivism that is being encouraged is for people who dye yarn to dye purple yarn, so that we can all kind of, represent with our purple bandanas. I should have made mine and worn it, but I haven't made it yet, but I'm going to. And then that segues into, ta-da! I have some new yarn. So now we've got a nice purple. It's kind of like a Prince color purple. It's woolen spun. The pattern's called for DK. And of course, any purple that you love will do. But it was a perfect kind of like segue into, ta-da! We also have new yarn. So, yeah, good squishing, Tony.
Nice layout. I like the labels. The labels are pretty. Little hexagons on there. I like that. Hexagons.
Thanks.
Hexagons, as you say in America.
Like a beehive.
Yeah.
So what's new with you? That kind of like, I have new yarn. I've been busy making yarn. Well, actually, I haven't been making it.
Prince would love this color.
He would love that color.
May you rest in peace.
It's a new mill. I'm in the process of receiving the worsted spun from my original mill, and then I wanted to do something that was more rustic and had a little bit of texture, and I had a bale and a half of, I think that was grammatically terrible. Anyway.
So much as this is grammatically terrible.
I bought a bale and a half.
It is though, isn't it?
and so I just wanted to try something a little bit more rustic and textured, and I'm absolutely thrilled with
beautiful.
with the
I love
yarn,
that
so.
basket of colors there. It's really lovely.
Yeah, I guess I should show them, huh?
Let's do the whole one.
Okay.
Oh, do you want to do one at a time?
It doesn't matter.
Ooh. It's like
new yarns.
Basket of yarn puppies waiting to be adopted.
So we are now going to always be like at least a week behind in terms of the video interviews that we're doing with people. So we actually, was it yesterday? Day before yesterday?
Patricia.
Yesterday? Yeah, day before yesterday.
Yeah, it was Sunday.
We finally interviewed a member of our hive who is also our yarn daughter. We talk about her, I think, like just about every episode. So we thought, well, let's interview her. Oh yeah, a little bit of a beep in the And we love her, and we love what she makes, and she's incredibly talented. Oh, sorry. Do you want to go?
No, I was just going to say we have all her stuff in front of us, and it's just amazing.
We're
going to show.
We sell.
She is super talented.
She's so talented. We sell a bunch of her stuff in the shop. She's part of our hive. It's what we call our stitch group. And she is a crocheter, she is a knitter, she is a sewer, she's a ceramicist, she is a maker. She makes everything.
She makes all the things.
All the things. If you say, oh, what do you do, Patricia? She'll say, I make all the things. And she has even made shoes. So she's pretty amazing. Dressed herself.
So we're going to show you some of her stuff.
Yeah, some of the things that we carry in the shop.
What's the Idaho stuff?
Start with that because you.
Idaho is a Filipino deity, and I'm not going to say anything, but this is kind of the first thing that I ever saw that she made, and it's just pretty amazing. This is a cup.
It is so darn cute.
Very cute, and there's a planter version.
Yeah, which is just amazing. But the thing about the planner version that kills me, turn it around.
It's got a crack.
It has a little, I wouldn't say crack, I would say a little butt.
Okay.
But
it's a cleftal horizon.
But I love it so much, and I love that it kind of celebrates the chubby female form. It's so cute. These are so cute.
Yeah,
so
please
beautiful.
don't drop anything, Connie.
I know.
I'm sweating just holding this stuff because I am so clumsy.
We're both really clumsy.
I told you the story about, I don't know why I did that. I just threw away my notes.
Oh, well, I don't think you really need your notes.
Anyway, let me show you some of the other stuff that she's done. This Catch, can I talk about this?
Yeah,
this
talk about that. Yeah.
This is a combination of woven and pottery. Look at that. She's just kind of attached some woven fabric to the pottery there, and just like the glaze look is just really beautiful. Reminds me of the ocean, that one. Really nice.
So spectacular.
And we've got, do you want to talk about something?
Sure. So look, ta-da, look how cute.
Don't drop it.
Knit fast, dye warm. I know, Tony and I, this is the only stuff that we have in the shop that actually is breakable. Everything else is soft or wooden because we're both
so terrified I'm using a paper cup. I was going to say, why don't I drink some coffee from one of the cups? So I thought, no, I'll just break it.
Yeah, no. And then here's like another like super, super cute mug. And it's Pinecone Ceramics.
Pinecone Ceramics is her name.
And that's her Instagram.
And why does she call herself Pinecone Ceramics?
Well,
let's leave that. You'll find out why.
We asked her. You'll find out in the interview next week.
I got to talk about this cup. But
okay. You talk about it.
You go first.
No, go ahead.
Do the trencher.
Okay.
I'm just going to poke the screen because a little notification has come up.
Yeah, I know. It's really annoying.
I want something else.
Oh my gosh.
I should have put no notifications on. So this is so
professional. That's okay. Yeah, it's fine.
Go on, Kelly.
So this is a trencher. But what's so cool about this is that she had crocheted like a lace pattern. And then I know, we're really scared.
See this one as well. Is that a trencher?
Yeah. And she crocheted the lace pattern and then imprinted it in the trencher. It's just beautiful.
She made this one as well. It's got like you could wear it on your belt if you know you're going on a fancy picnic and you need a trencher like on your belt. I think that's why. I love this cup because this is something that bugs me about tea. I like a traditional cup of British tea. Sometimes I'm served tea with string on the bag. That's so posh. But if you got some tea and you don't want your bag to fall into the cup when you're pouring the water in like it happens, you just use these grooves to hook your bag on. Look at that. It's just so genius. It's got a nice finish there. She also does jewelry. Should I talk about the jewelry?
Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah.
She's got she does stoneware, porcelain, and polymer.
Polymer.
This is the polymer.
Yeah.
Like a plastic jewelry, kind of sparkly. This is something else. Some other jewelry she does.
That's stoneware.
That looks like stoneware. I'm probably wrong.
She'll correct us.
She'll verbally abuse me.
Yeah, she will. So. She'll let us know how wrong we are.
Not one to keep her thoughts to herself.
No.
These geometric ones. Oh my goodness! I went to art college. I did pottery in art college. I was so bad. I mean, I don't even know how you
She's
start
incredible. She's incredible. She's
And
just a
you
talent.
like this
and
one, don't you?
I just think that's so darn cute.
It's like
Look at that.
Chinese food
Look at
carton.
that.
Look at that.
It's so cute.
With the little handle on it and
It's
everything.
so cute.
So this is what
Oh,
about
show the show. I mean, we have a couple others, and I want to
This
show
one?
the mugs too because people should see like all the cute stuff. Look at that mug. Isn't that the cutest? And then I know. Here's another one. Super cute.
And this one, did you show this one?
No, I didn't show that one, and I didn't show this one either.
If you want this stuff, come and get it. It's in the shop.
Yeah.
Exclusive.
Well, better still, go to Patricia's website.
Oh yeah, sorry, Patricia. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
Website.
And take a look and follow her on Instagram at Pinecone Ceramics. I know
These
this
magnets.
is so cute.
Breakfast magnets, because you know you never know
You
when
always
you need to
need-
magnetize that piece of toast that you're going to eat later. Stick it on the fridge with a breakfast magnet.
Speaking of toast coasters. Toasters. And then I have quite a lot of this in the shop, felted soap. So she makes the soap.
Oh yeah,
And
close
then-
up with it. This is really cool stuff.
Yeah, and then she...
It's like a piece of felt, but you put it in water and it turns to a foamy lava.
suds, yeah. And it's fragrance-free, chemical-free. She just uses
smells of
pure
nothing.
ingredients. This is brand new to the shop. She's
Charcoal soap.
also introduced a charcoal soap, so that's new to the
Don't know about
shop too. So we have these absolutely wonderful lotion bars
Yeah.
that Patricia has made, usually using just like 3 ingredients like coconut. Well, I can't see, but I always pretend like I don't wear glasses on these, which is just ridiculous. Can you see? It's organic.
Yeah, it's
Pressed coconut
beeswax,
oil.
organic cold pressed coconut oil, raw shea butter, pure lanolin oil, orange essential oil. It's very important. It's essential. And rosemary essential oil. And it's really soft on your hands and your
Yeah,
face.
it's
Apparently,
wonderful.
people tell me it's very good.
Yeah, very good. Yeah. So I think that's kind of about it. We're gonna now.
What about we introduce our guest
Tristen? Yes.
who's waiting just a minute. Tristan,
right,
oh my
like,
God, she nearly left
It
in a
was
strop.
like well over a month ago, but you know, it was like mid-May. It was actually mid-May
Yeah.
that we did this interview.
Is it?
It was mid-May. It was
God.
mid.
Oh,
Can
okay.
you believe it? Mid-May.
Okay.
And
All right. Okay. So let's
Yeah.
go over to Tristan.
Tristen.
Wow.
Oh my gosh, it's been so long. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm so happy. I haven't seen you guys in forever. I mean, I've been watching the podcast, but
When did you come over? When was that? What month was that?
It was January.
January.
Oh my God.
And I saw you guys again in February at Stitches.
Yep, that's right. And then you got sick. It's
I got
you remember?
Oh, and I got sick.
Yeah, my doctor's actually pretty sure it was COVID.
It might have been for
Whoa.
him too. 'Cause
Yeah, I was
sick
out for a
right
while.
after. Yeah.
So yeah, but so I was sick, but then I got better, and now I've just been working and knitting, and I got my coffee and I'm good to go.
You look so beautiful as always. And then
You
you've
too.
got on your gosh, what's it called? It's your pattern.
It's mine. It's a half moon tea.
Moon tea. I love that so much. And I think when we met, you might have been wearing that. Or
I think I wore this whole outfit, but I had a fanny pack too, so it was better.
okay.
I don't know.
Okay, so we found out yesterday that we get to open back up. Like we'll be able to have like limited number of people into the shop.
When
So-
can I do a trunk show?
Oh, okay.
I want to come back and see you guys.
Yay, that'd be
And-
amazing.
Yeah, and a couple of my trips have been canceled, so I have like all those miles now. So I'm like,
Okay.
I'm gonna go see Kelly and Tony.
Bring
I'm just
Eric
gonna
too
raise this
if you
up because
want.
like top of my head is cut off.
Oh, okay.
But
There you go.
We need to see
The full
the full-
the
glory.
money maker. And Kelly, I wanted to say we're matching hair cutters, quarantine hair cutters now. I cut like that much off.
Oh,
But
wow.
you did it, right?
Oh yeah, I put my hair in ponytails, and I just took really dull scissors and I'm like,
Wow. It's so hardcore. I think Tony do it.
I'm proud of you, Tony. It looks really good.
Thanks. It needs another trim.
And my roots are showing. And my roots
I
are
see
darker.
'em.
They're darker than they used to be. They're like darker and then grayer. So I don't know what that's about. So, I just want to give you a hug so badly. And I still haven't sent your present because I got kind of present remorse. I wondered if I remembered correctly whether you really wanted what I thought you wanted. And so I was like, I'll just ask you in front of
Okay.
everybody.
Okay.
I got you a bat skeleton.
Oh yeah.
No way. I was actually gonna get you one. I also found some jewelry with some really cool stuff, and I was gonna send you a necklace, and I'm like,
So, and then I was like, did she say she wanted this or would like this, or is this something that would totally freak her out?
no, I love it. I would love that.
Okay. It's consider it in the mail on Monday then. Okay. And then the next thing that I have to share before we get into our questions and the regular thing is I'm addicted now to is it Court of Thorns and Roses?
Mm-hmm.
Is that I'm addicted. I love it so much.
I'm very happy with passing on the addiction to people because I've gotten this comment for like the past like month and a half now that everyone's staying at home. They're like, oh my gosh, finally I listened to it and I love it. I'm like, good.
It's so sweet. And I mean, it's also like there are dark parts and, and evil fairies and stuff. But it's so like, you can it's light. It's young adult fiction, I guess. And so
yeah,
it's just
it's a very interesting world to kind of get lost in and get like find inspiration from. And that's where you see the inspiration in a lot of my colorways and a lot of my designs that are coming out soon. So
I feel like if there was another land that you would live in, Prithian would be your place. Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
I mean, I only know the spring court so far, but I'm assuming I'm going to discover other courts as time progresses.
I am so happy for you.
It's so super
Is it
girly.
a podcast?
I mean,
It's so girly.
Girly, but it's pretty
podcast?
girly. It's not a podcast. It's kind of like a Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter, but on a young adult fiction. Okay. I mean, so is Harry Potter on a young adult fiction level. I think it's really well written, though.
I'll probably have to
I
go.
would not let your kids listen to it, but yeah, it's good.
Yeah. So what was your journey to becoming both a designer and I'm going in with the first question, both becoming a designer and a yarn dyer?
Well, I have to say it all kind of stemmed from my mom. My mom is a Yarn Cafe Creation. She has her own yarn line as well and is designing as well. But when I was 7, I started learning how to crochet and we didn't really have patterns. I didn't really know that patterns were a thing. And so you ask me today, I'm not going to crochet because I prefer knitting now, but I could crochet anything because we just kind of figured it out. And I would write down little long-handed notes to myself, trying to see what I did and be able to redo it again. And I learned when I was 7, and then my mom taught me how to knit when I was 23, 24, and really, really basic. And then she started talking about this crazy new thing where people are dyeing yarn. It's indie dyed yarn, and it's so cool. And I'm like, okay, Mom, you're crazy. But then she made me come over to her house one day, and she was just sitting there with some of the Dharma dyes and some bear yarn. She's like, look what I made. And then she sent me home with some dyes, and I ordered yarn, and then it kind of progressed from there. And so with the whole crocheting growing up where I didn't have a pattern, when I started learning how to knit, I didn't have patterns either. And then I learned how to read them and I hated it.
Mm.
So I started taking those patterns and making my own thing from them. Because I can't follow directions very well. But it's
The directions.
What?
You make the directions.
I don't even follow my own directions. You should see how many patterns. Like I've knit the second time and I'm like, wow, that was wrong. Oops. But yeah, that's usually why I only will knit something once. My Spellman sweater, which was kind of like,
Love that.
I guess the first kickoff to feeling like a designer. I still kind of feel like I'm so new at it, and it's not my main profession. My main profession is yarn dyeing. So designing is just like, oh yeah, I do that too. It's cool. Instead, like that one actually made me feel like an actual designer. And that one I've knit a couple of times, but the rest of these.
I really think of you as I'm sorry, Tony. I really think of you as an artist. I think you're one of the few indie dyers that I would say is well, you know, I don't know all the other indie dyers, so I shouldn't really
Not
say.
yet.
But yeah. But you are a true artist in everything that you do. And your designs are totally next level. I absolutely love them. I love your inclusivity, your size inclusivity, your thoughtfulness in terms of the way in which you consider the body shape and the way in which you see people and shapes, and therefore can tailor or even direct people into the shapes that are going to really be figure flattering. And so there's the artistic aspect in terms of color and even just like what you wear and your ability in everything. I think you're amazing.
You're so sweet. But yeah, I think I'm just a one ball of like color and paint and blah blah blah, and it's just like it's in here, I feel it, and that's the only thing that that's the one thing that really makes me happy is creating in any aspect, in any way I can. And then the body inclusivity was actually a really huge thing from the get-go for me, just because I have fluctuated and I have struggled with body dysmorphia my whole life, which is really focusing on like usually one specific negative aspect of your body that doesn't like no one else can really see it or pay attention to it, but it's such a psychological thing for you that you mainly focus on it. And so I've tried really, really hard to be able to make patterns that do flatter like all different types of bodies, because it's not necessarily you don't want to cater to a bust size, you want to cater to specific body shapes. And it's going to incorporate so many different aspects of the human body that you want to feel comfortable in something that you knit. Honestly, you want to love wearing it. And so that was always a really huge focus when I started designing. And that's why I was so scared of designing at the beginning, because of math and just like the anxiety tied to that. And so I hired a tech editor, and I have no shame in saying that I do not size grade my own patterns. I pay her to do that because she can make a living and support family off of that. And then I don't have to do it, and people will get correct sizes. Yeah. And then from there we can kind of cater it. And me and my test knitters, I love them. Love you guys. They like, we have big discussions on how it flatters different areas, how it maybe doesn't flatter specific people who have this type of body shape, this size of arms, tiny wrists, like, and we just kind of go from there and give options in the patterns that people can kind of go from. But I think it's really important.
I do too, and I think it's just thoughtfulness. It's thoughtfulness with everything that you do, and I really admire it. So, one of my favorite humans. You can tell, huh? So, do you want to ask the next question?
Yeah. How do you come up with your brand name? Dragon Hoard.
Oh, I'll have to. Tony, do you know how to insert pictures?
Yes.
Yay. Okay, I'll have to send you a photo because I used to be a supervisor over at a residential treatment center for teenage girls who are struggling with like anxiety, depression, bipolar, borderline, just a huge spectrum of things that make being a teenager even that much harder. And while we were there, there was this whole idea of core meaning and core issue. And the core issue is like the false things you tell yourself that are backed up by things that happen. Like if you say, oh, I'm not good enough, you can see it there, I dropped the spoon. Like it's just like the negative self-talk that you give yourself. But then core meaning is something that is so true to the air core of yourself that can combat all those negative that negative talk. And mine was, I'm an effing dragon. So it's like little person, lots of power. And someone found on the internet actually a picture of just a dragon hoarding yarn, because I would teach the girls how to knit crochet for mindfulness. And I'm sure everyone's seen it, but there's a picture of a dragon just like piled in yarn. It looks so happy. And I'm like, there we go. So I respond to dragon hoard. I also respond to dragon whore, because people mistake the name sometimes, but kind of used to it by now.
I'll answer to everything too. I'm
just like,
hey, yarn lady. I get that a lot in Pacifica.
Yeah.
Yarn lady.
Talk about Idaho, where you grew up.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say hi from Idaho. Weather is great. No, I'm in Utah.
That's
and
an
weather.
you have, yes. So, yeah, I know you're in Utah. I just mistook it that one time, and I think I said it twice actually. So.
It's basically the same thing.
Yeah.
Don't worry, we're not that far off or different.
Go on, you can do the next one because I just did them.
What did you want to be when you grew up?
When you were
Would you believe me if I said marine biologist?
You grew into
that? Yeah.
a gothic angel that you were supposed to be.
Yes. Most
you wanted to be a
definitely.
marine biologist, yeah.
Would you believe that?
Yeah.
Even though I'm terrified of water?
Yeah, I know.
I actually really did want to be a marine biologist when I was younger. But then I got into middle school and I started drama, and I wanted to be an actor. I wanted to be on Broadway. Actually, I love singing, and I'm such a little performer, if you can't tell. And it always kind of sung to me, being able to take on, kind of empathize with different characters and take on things that I wouldn't normally, and be able to kind of feel the different perspectives from the different characters I was playing. So I really always I turned all my notifications off. I'm so sorry.
Oh, don't worry. I think mine are on.
Okay. I turned you off. Okay.
It's all good.
And I was going to go to school for it, but then I went for American Sign Language, and I almost finished my degree, but then I found psychology. So I kind of flit around a little bit until I figured out what I really wanted to do. And what I really wanted to do was just create.
And thank goodness you did.
Oh, thank goodness.
So if you were stranded on a desert island and you had to eat one food over and over and over again, what would it be?
Question.
Oh. Okay.
Can I cook it differently?
Well, the question says meal.
Oh, meal. I'm going to say yeah. Get creative. Meat. Just
like a cow.
Just have a couple cows and.
Oh yeah, I can have hamburgers, steaks. I can figure out how to do all that. I mean, I'm pretty good at grilling, but I love meat. I usually have like a pound of jerky in my bag at all times. So I think, Tony, you said prime rib, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I did, yeah.
Good.
What was the last piece of music you listened to?
Ooh, I have my Pandora on shuffle for musicals, and Queen.
Oh yeah, nice one.
Favorite songs of all time are on that. But I think the last song I listened to was either Bohemian Rhapsody or it was from Legally Blonde the musical.
Okay.
Which is strangely good. Okay. I didn't like the movie. Musical's really good, and actually you can watch the whole thing on YouTube.
I've never seen it. I'll look it up.
I liked the film. It was okay.
Yeah,
It was
I thought it was
alright.
cute.
Okay.
Yeah, Reese, she's adorable. Yeah.
The movie is, or the Broadway show is so much
Good.
better. It's so
Okay.
fun. I love it.
Let's check it out again.
Are you? Oh, you
No,
go
I
ahead.
asked
Yeah,
the last-
you go ahead. You go ahead.
What's your favorite color?
Oh gosh, I had like a really hard time trying to decide last night. But I really think I gravitate more towards gothic tones than anything. But mainly like bright colors don't necessarily make me uncomfortable, but they have to have kind of a dark aspect to it. And so, I mean, I have this one right here, which is, you know, a pale-ish fluorescent purple pink. And I love it because I can pair it with that and end up loving it. And so I tend to gravitate more towards darker colors, but I'm really stuck in mauve land at the moment with dyeing and knitting, I think.
I think that one of the reasons why I love your yarn and also love having your yarn in the shop is because I for whatever reason, in terms of my own stuff, it's earth tones, and I gravitate toward that. And then this like pop of like gothic plays so beautifully with that kind of palette. So yeah, I really love your colors a lot. I think you're a tremendous colorist. I'm jealous.
Thank you.
So
You shouldn't be. Your colors are fantastic. I love scrolling because your pictures are stunning. I love scrolling and be like, ooh, like.
Thanks. Somebody taught me how to take the picture.
Oh.
Oh, was that you?
Who could that be?
That's right. Yes, it was.
They're really pretty, and they're showing off your picture or your colorways really well. I love that vibrant kind of burgundy that you posted, I think yesterday.
Well, you taught me how to, for everybody that's watching, Tristen taught me what to do. In fact, Tristen has taught me an awful lot. She's incredibly generous with her business knowledge. And for everybody, not just for the people that she's friends with or likes, she will help everybody. And that is, I'm a true believer in all boats rise, and that as an industry, we need to be sharing our tips and tricks so that everybody can prosper, because people like yarn and they want to buy lots of different yarn and keep all of that kind of proprietary information. It isn't really proprietary. None of us invented it. It's just, you know, and so sharing and uplifting one another, I think, is really important. And you are a total model of that. Actually, when Tristen came to, and we did the trunk show and she came and stayed with us, she did a talk for a lot of the Bay Area designers and indie dyers, which was really, really, really good. So I think everybody really appreciated that. You made a lot of friends that evening by sharing so much information.
I'm glad. That's why I do shows. I love making friends. I love going and meeting people and making those connections because they're the people who support me every day, me and my family. So it's really important. But yeah, I really do believe that there is room for everyone. And a group of dyers could be given the exact same dyes, the exact same base, and come away with completely different products.
Yeah.
And maybe some that wouldn't even like mesh well together. They're so distinctly different. And that's what's so beautiful about this kind of industry, because your yarn and your designs are going to speak to so many people, but the person over here, their stuff could speak to a bunch of people too that have nothing to do with you. Like, it shouldn't be about competition. It should be about camaraderie.
I agree. Totally agree.
It's awesome attitude.
Yep. Oh, you gonna do this one? Okay.
Do you have any annoying habits?
Oh, honey, I'm a ball of annoying. I say that because I have a very big personality, and so if I bug my husband, but I think my over-energized personality can come across sometimes as a little too much, but that's just who I am, so I'm gonna own it.
Yeah, own it.
It's never too much. And do you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have a good joke to tell?
I was looking and then I forgot all of them. I am not a funny person by nature. Like, I have to try really hard if I want to be funny.
Very witty.
I know no jokes. I know like 18 punchlines, but it wouldn't make sense.
I don't even know why we asked this question because I can't tell a joke to save my life. So
No,
I don't
you
know.
can't.
Yeah,
I used to one
marvel at
joke. You told one very inappropriate joke when we first met.
I did, and it was very badly.
Yeah.
That's what got you, huh?
Yeah.
The really bad jokes. I feel you there.
Yeah.
I have some questions for you guys, though.
Oh, okay.
What?
'Cause I want to learn more about you guys, and I'm sure your viewers do too.
What?
Okay, when all this crazy is over, where is the next place that you would like to travel to?
Yeah, there's
Actually.
2 places. One
Yeah.
is I want to go home to Wales and see my family really badly. And another one, we were watching a documentary on Vancouver. I'd like to go to Canada. I've been once with a school trip. So I think we want to drive because the drive from San Francisco goes through Portland,
Mm-hmm.
Seattle. I want to do that road trip up to Vancouver.
We have this whole thing that we like whenever we're feeling a little bit down or like work is too much for him, it's never too much for me. For me, it's just a worry that it's not enough. And we think about we actually even have a little ornament that Tony bought, which is a little Airstream, because we really want to Airstream.
Yeah.
We really want to have an Airstream and to be able to go and take off, and
Yeah.
and what about you?
Well, I was just gonna say you guys should think about going to Vancouver in October.
What's happening in Vancouver in October?
Hopefully, still Knit City.
Oh yeah, that would be amazing for me and for you.
Oh, I can go.
Oh no, Tony and I will have a blast. Are you kidding?
Okay.
There was a documentary on Netflix with Seth Rogen where he walked because he grew up in Vancouver, and it just seems like a really cool city.
It really does. I've been wanting to go there
It's
forever.
good actually. Anywhere sounds good right now because we haven't traveled in so long.
Yeah, it's been a while. We like to travel a lot.
Mm.
Yeah, and restaurants. I can't wait to sit and feel,
Yeah.
comfy
Like
in a restaurant.
Yeah, no, it's been pretty nice here. Utah never really got closed.
Yeah.
People just like stayed really far away from each other.
Yeah. No, it's crazy here. It's dead.
Yeah.
Not really as dead as you think. The beaches are full and the beaches are all open today, so but they never really closed.
Yeah.
Anyway, what's your next question?
Okay. Okay. Because I'm also a total geek.
Oh, so are we.
Are you Harry Potter enthusiasts?
Yes, I am a Hufflepuff. This is a Slytherin. A Slytherin with a field mouse Patronus.
Yes.
It's okay. My Patronus is a fish.
What is your house?
Gryffindor.
Oh.
Wow, of course.
Yeah, of course you're.
Yeah.
You never read all the books. I read all the books. I read the last book in one sitting.
Yeah, I
Never
read
done
the
that before.
first 3 books, and then the first movie came out, and it ruined the books for me. Because most people were like, oh my gosh, this is exactly how I imagined, or mostly how I imagined, and that just wasn't the truth for me. And so I started the 4th book, and I just couldn't get the characters that were in the film out of my head so that I could get my own, Harry and Hermione back.
I understand that, but
yeah,
you're wrong.
So yeah, when it doesn't live up to it. Fun fact: I called her Hermione.
Oh, that's cute.
I didn't know how to pronounce her name, and so when the movies came out, I'm like, they're wrong. So, but yeah, so those were. I actually tried to prepare, so I wrote down all the questions you guys usually ask. And then I let me see. Oh, what is your favorite movie or movie genre?
Oh, go ahead, Tone.
Well, mine is Jaws. I'm sorry.
Oh, well, sorry.
I know
Sorry,
Tristan's
Tristen.
got
Sorry.
a fear of sharks that I never expected. But
Well, I didn't expect to stay in a house full of sharks.
we had to hide so much stuff when you came to stay. In fact, we lost the shark for a while. We forgot where we hid it.
We forgot.
Oh my gosh. Wait, the little one in a jar?
Yeah, we have a shark. Sorry, we have a shark in a jar.
Just imagine I was visiting you guys again and like found it under my pillow or something. Oh my God.
Yeah. No. Next time.
No.
No. Yeah, I remember my parents saying they were going to see a film, and I was only 5 when that film came out. And I said, "Oh, I want to see it. What's it about?" And they said, "Oh, it's about a fish. You want more?" I said, "I like fish." And I screamed the whole way through it. I was just terrified the whole way through it. But when I came out of that movie theater, it was such a relief. I was like, felt like I'd survived something. And that was,
You did.
I was obsessed. And I still am to this day.
And we have, just to explain a little bit more, we have one of our bathrooms, our master bathroom is themed Jaws.
Yeah,
so we have like a Jaws shower curtain. We have like a big Jaws head that's like eating a hand with blood.
Yeah.
It's not a delicate like
toys.
shark theme. It's
Oh my God.
There's even a Jaws board game now, which I haven't bought yet. I'm bored yet. Kelly's favorite film is True Romance.
Yeah. Oh. It's a Tarantino film, and I really like.
I love Tarantino.
You know, it's very like very. He wrote it anyway. I just thought it was really sweet at the time. But I like going to the movies is a really fun thing for me. Like one of my favorite things to do is like go out to dinner, go to a movie, or to a museum. Like that would be like,
I love museums.
So do I. To me, that's my kind of fun. And so I'm not very discerning. Like any crap will do. I'm like, oh, it's a movie, let's go watch it, and I enjoy myself. And if it's a bad movie, then I can enjoy the scenery of the movie and the cinematography, or it has to be really terrible for me to
we've walked out of a couple.
We did. Yeah, we have walked out of a couple.
Lego Movie 2. We didn't enjoy
that. Oh. Yeah, we didn't enjoy that. But mostly I just really like it. And I like a lot of period drama. I like the Marie Antoinette. Ooh. When I was living in the Sofia Coppola. I find
I'm into period dramas now that I live in America. When I was living in Britain, it was just that didn't. But I kind of get nostalgic when I see big stately homes and Downton Abbey kind of places, because those are everywhere in Britain. Those kinds of places. I appreciate them more.
I was gonna say though, Tony, with your bathroom, because no one, I don't think, knows this, I had to have Tony go in and take photos so that I could show Eric later, because that bathroom is terrifying. All you need now is like red walls and you're good to go. Oh, do not do red walls in there, Tony. Oh my God.
It could do with a paint job, actually.
Yeah, but not red.
Not red.
But it is a little bit of a horror show in there.
Blue with red like dripping down from the top.
Oh my gosh. He would as well.
That would be awesome.
I don't doubt it. I do not doubt that.
Mine has a shining bathroom, and that's pretty amazing.
Yeah, I was going to say, it kind of is reminiscent of another movie, but no, I'm with you in the kind of more classic horror genre movies like that. I love those, and I can also watch pretty much anything except for the Saw movies now. Can't handle them now.
I can't handle horror, really. I really can't.
I can't handle if there's too much violence or gore. Like I used to be very fascinated with that because I did a lot of makeup artistry in high school and a little bit in college. And so like gore was my favorite to do. So I'd watch it kind of with that perspective, but I'm also very empathetic. Yeah. And so like I see bad, hurtful things happening. I'm just like, oh, my knees. Yeah.
I like vampire, werewolf, zombie. I'm okay with all of that. Even aliens I'm okay with, but anything that is kind of like religious freaks me out. I can't handle it.
You need to see Midsummer.
Have you seen Midsummer, Tristen?
No.
I haven't seen it. He's seen it.
What is it about?
It's Midsummer is Somar. It's about a girl who has tragedy in her life in America, and it's actually, you'd like it because it's in Utah. It starts in Utah, but she goes on a trip to, I think it's Sweden, to like a religious camp in Sweden, and then things turn nasty.
So very cultish.
Yeah, not supernatural, but disturbing.
I actually really like cultish movies like that. They're fascinating to me because it's
cultish,
primarily about psychology. And it's so interesting because there is a specific type of personality that are way more susceptible to cults. And I also wanted to work at the prison as a psychoanalyst. And so that is so fascinating to me. But I also have a very big obsession with werewolves.
Oh.
So I love those movies as well. Old, the new. Werewolves terrify me, so I watch it.
American Werewolf in London is one of my favorite films.
That's a good film.
That's a good one.
Yeah, you saw it for the first time a few years ago.
I did.
It was amazing.
We started this.
We even had a party themed around it once.
We did. Yeah. Yeah, we do Halloween parties at our house where everybody dresses up, and then we do like a movie, a scary movie. It's really a scary movie night.
Yeah, if Eric wasn't so antisocial. No, it's more like social anxiety, and I totally get it, so I'm not going to put him ill at ease or anything, but we just bought a house last year, and I'm like, let's have a Halloween party. And he's like, no. I would love to do that. That sounds like so much fun. And I love kind of seeing the history of how they've changed a lot of those creature-esque makeup. Again, makeup artistry in my past as well. And so American Werewolf in London, all that, even Creature from the Black Lagoon and all that, just seeing kind of the growth that's happened in that industry is very, very cool as well.
Yeah.
It also fascinates me. I launched and published a magazine called 3D World when I was working in the UK at Future. And so those were really kind of the early days. It was the early days of digital video, not so much CGI, but a little bit, it was beginning to mature in terms of CGI, but they still were having trouble with like fur rendering, like hair, and trying to get light to behave in a natural way. And they would have these like classes on like the physics of lighting, and so all of that really fascinates me too. Not so much the makeup aspect, because I certainly don't have any particular talent for that, but the whole CGI aspect. And now being able to appreciate how far we've come in terms of and also some of the like retro stuff before CGI. Some of that is even better.
Well, American Werewolf in London was all
I was thinking, it's really
and I love that.
And I think American Werewolf in London was so good. Apparently, that's when they decided to have an Oscar for makeup.
Oh, is that true?
I think so. Around that time.
Wow.
Who knew?
I'm full of random facts like that too. Like, did you know the Disney movie Snow White was considered a horror movie when it first came out?
No.
That makes sense to me. I used to have nightmares about the witch, like, you know,
I've never seen
trying
it.
to like hand me an apple and stuff
never
like
seen
that?
it.
You've
I've never
never
seen
seen Snow White?
I've seen it.
You're not missing much.
Who are
Oh,
you? I
really?
don't even know you. Like, how can I not know that about you?
I don't know. We just take this off now.
Yeah.
Quarantine brings out all the secrets.
Ah.
Okay.
Oh, we're gonna watch that tonight. You have to see Snow White.
Okay.
It's a rite of passage.
Okay.
It is.
I
It's
have
right.
a feeling Tristan's right. I'm not missing much.
Hey, let me tell you, have you seen Bambi?
At the time,
Because
yeah,
that's
Bambi,
a
yeah.
tearjerker.
Dumbo's way sadder.
Yeah.
That scene when he has to leave his mum, that's really hard.
Yeah, the scene when Bambi's mom dies is hard too.
That's pretty good, but it's brief. It's not long. You like venison?
No. I just eat cow, not venison.
Oh, okay. All right then.
But I'll eat the whole cow.
That must have sucked for you when you came to our house and we're like, we're vegetarians.
I was like, that's cute. I had jerky with me. I was fine. I told you, I always have it with me. I was just eating it in bed.
We've done a lot of meat cheating over this period of time, though. So, yeah.
Just count it as rewarding yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Aw. Tristen, thank you so much. We love you. I can't wait to see you. I can't wait to have you back at the house. I want you to bring Eric. Now we know we both have a shared love of museums in addition to everything else. I really
Yes.
want you to come to the UK with us. I think that would be
Edinburgh 2021.
okay. Yeah. Should we do it? Should we do
I'm
it?
doing it. Absolutely.
You'll love Tony's parents. We'll stay with them. They're
they're
Oh, I'm
Sure.
sure.
they're so fun. You'll love them.
Yeah, I just want to plan a month to go out to the UK and then stay for the Edinburgh Yarn Festival.
Yeah, that
Oh,
would be
yes,
amazing.
Scotland's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, you guys, you.
Did you call me a cat?
No, but if you could be a cat. If you were an animal, I think you would be a cat, maybe.
Harry Potter says a salmon, so I don't know. Work that one out. I'm terrified of water, and my Patronus is a salmon.
Yeah.
Salmon are delicious.
Good eat.
I wouldn't know. I hate fish.
Ah.
I'm not a big fish fan either.
No, I think you're actually afraid. She's afraid of fish.
Yeah,
I'm
you actually
terrified of fish, and I don't like the taste. So it's just like
double whammy.
Okay.
I just don't like fish.
Yeah.
They just can get lost. Not really, but
Okay.
yeah. Yeah, thank you guys so much for having me on here. This was
Sure,
great.
it's good to see you.
Thank you. I can't wait to talk to you soon.
Yes.
Bye. Take care. Look after yourself.
Thanks,
Oh,
Tristan.
thanks, Tristan. Yeah,
Thanks,
thanks.
Tristan.
Yeah, there she goes on her dragon. She's actually got a dragon.
She does have a dragon.
Pretty amazing.
She has a dragon.
She shouldn't have parked it there, to be honest.
No.
It's a bit rude.
Bit
But
rude.
anyway,
Bit rude. Yeah.
took up two
Yeah.
spaces.
Yeah.
Not
It's a
good.
pretty big dragon.
I
She's
know.
a tiny person.
She is.
But she has
It's
she's
an
a
Idaho.
tiny person with a big dragon.
Yeah. Tiny person with a big dragon. Aren't we all? Anyway, that's enough. We've got things to do, people to Zoom, and food to
We are actually having a Zoom after
Yeah,
this
with our band.
Our band.
Yeah, we're having a virtual band
Yeah.
practice.
This is just all like shameless self-promotion. It's like,
Erin Brazil and the Brazilianaires. If you
Yeah.
check us out on iTunes, and there's some stuff on YouTube as well. That was a terrible plug. I'm also
It
in a
was.
band called Fly Screen, and we're also on iTunes as well. If you want to get some retro 90s,
retro 90s.
punk,
Yeah.
check Fly Screen out. That's Fly Screen. It's really hot. Sorry, I'm just
It's
really
always hot in
handling
the
all this
shop
amazing
when-
stuff which we
I
did
know,
earlier. That's
which is
just,
just put it down because it's only a matter of time before we
it's gonna.
accidentally
I'm
break
gonna drop the whole
something.
box. Don't
Yeah.
worry about it.
It's like on a shelf, away from me. Patricia comes in, handles everything.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not really allowed to touch it. I mean, she doesn't. I don't think she actually knows just how clumsy we are.
She'll learn soon enough.
Yeah,
when she
it's
finds
only a matter of
all her
time.
pottery all over the floor.
So you'll get a chance to kind of virtually meet her next week.
Yeah.
And we're going to start doing stuff like kind of ahead and get a little bit organized in terms of the people that we're going to be introducing you to.
Yeah, we got some
And
great people
we
lined
do.
up.
We have Kira K Designs. We're going to be interviewing her, and she is part of the Sun and Fog collection, which was a group of Bay Area designers, yarn makers,
That's
and
really cool.
small shops that have kind of come together as a little bit of a collective to try to help support and promote one another.
Don't you just hate that, Cal?
This is your pet peeve.
I don't know
This
if, before we go,
every time.
I wonder how many other people, please comment on Facebook or Instagram.
Or even YouTube.
YouTube,
Whatever.
whatever we're doing. Oh, I'm so old. Don't you hate it in films on TV shows when they get a fresh cup of coffee and it's clear the cup is empty? Oh, thank you for the coffee. And they go, don't you? Yeah.
He
bugs me.
obsesses over it. He absolutely obsesses over it.
I love the TV show Friends. Friends were terrible about it. Here's your coffee, sir, and the cup is obviously empty. Why? Anyway, that's my problem. I'll work on it.
Little pet peeve. But also check out the Sun and Fog collection, which you've probably, if you follow me on Instagram, us on Instagram, then you've probably seen us promoting it. So Kira K, Kira from Kira K Designs, did a crocheted shrug, which is absolutely adorable, out of my yarn. And there are a bunch of other Bay Area designers and yarn makers who are all working together. So
just touch
we'll
my face.
talk
Sorry.
to you a lot more about that
Yes.
next week.
Yes.
Yeah.
So have a safe week. Be well. Look after yourself.
Yes. Be well.
Yeah. Wear a mask, please.
Social distance.
Stay away from big crowds.
And come to the shop if you're in the area. We never really have more than a few people in the shop at the same time anyway, in general, apart from obviously when it's not COVID and you can come and sit and knit or crochet or embroider or whatever and drink coffee and eat snacks, which is the usual MO. But in terms of shoppers, at any given time, it's usually only 3 or 4 people at a time. And so far since we've been open, I haven't had a situation where I've had to ask people to wait outside.
Yeah.
We haven't been at capacity. And I am a self-confessed germaphobe. So every single day, multiple times during the day, I'm even wiping down the hand sanitizer bottles. I do that all the time, over and over again. So
You wish you had a little vacuum cleaner to clean your vacuum cleaner, didn't you?
yeah, that would be awesome. Yeah, I like cleaning. It's actually something that I get a lot of joy out of. I also like painting walls. So I don't know. It's like making
Anyway,
things
we're
fresh.
digressing.
Okay.
So people got things to do. Have a great week. Be
Have
well.
a great week. Be well.
And-
See you next week.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.